Hey scholars, we're starting Unit 8 on three-dimensional figures. Our first lesson is on cross-section and rotation. For today's objectives, we have two things that we should be able to do at the end of this video. The first one is identify the type of two-dimensional shape after a cross-section and identify the three-dimensional shape after we rotate a two-dimensional image. Now, just in case you are wondering, what are the two-dimensional, what are three-dimensional? So simply a two-dimensional shape is a flat shape, and a three-dimensional shape you'll be able to feel it and see it. Kind of think of like box, a cake, the globe. Those are all three-dimensional. Two-dimensionals are what we've been doing: triangle, squares, rectangle, pentagon, hexagon. All of those are two-dimensional shapes. So I want you now in your notebook to copy these two definitions. Cross-section is a slice cut from a 3D figure, which will be a flat 2D shape. So I'm going to take a three-dimensional shape, I'm going to cut it or slice it somehow, and then the results will be a 2D shape. Rotations are when you take a two-dimensional shape and you rotate it around an axis. It will create a round 3D shape. Here are some key sets of information that we need to remember. So when we take a circle, if I rotate a circle, and I'm going to show you all this in a minute, when I take a circle and I rotate it, I get a sphere. A sphere looks something like this. Think of a globe where it's like that. You'll be able to see it. I can't draw, right? So let's not even bother. When I take a triangle and I rotate that, I will get a cone. If I take a rectangle or a square, I will get a cylinder. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach below this video two websites that you can go on. I'm going to show you, and then you can play around and see when you rotate this shape, what does it get, and so forth. So here's our first website. The first website is talking about the rotation part of it. So if you take a triangle, just like what we said here, let's go back. If you take a triangle, I should get a cone. So now this one right here is where I'm going to press, and look at this. I'm going to rotate it nice and easy, and then it kind of forms a cone. If I take a rectangle, what do you think I'm going to get? A sphere. Nope. A cylinder, right? That's the last one that you copied. You rotate it and you'll see your cylinder. What gives us a sphere is the circle. So take the circle, and if I was to rotate it, it'll look like a sphere. A sphere is like a globe from history. Now, when I do the cross section, you can take a look at this. A prism. If you can play with it, move it around to kind of see. If you were to cut this in chunks, right, you will see that the orange is the type that I'm getting. What about a cylinder? If you have a cylinder that looks like this, which is like kind of like a common one we see, if you cut this, you will get a circle. Remember, I'm cutting this horizontally. What happens if I cut it up and down? Where would that be? Meaning if I cut it vertically, right, and you can change it. Look at this. It changes, right? So you get a rectangle. If you cut it horizontally, right, it'll be a circle. So you have to look at all of this. Take a cone. And this website I'll post so you guys can be able to do it. If I cut it horizontally, I get a circle. What do you think is going to happen if I go vertically? I'm going to get a triangle. So these are nice, cool toys that all the different shapes are here. Sections of a sphere. If you cut it, I get a circle. And then move this over. What if you do it vertically? I still would get a circle. So those are the two websites that I told you about. Now attaches a worksheet that you need to complete. And then you send this back, take a picture, upload it, and send it back to me on Google Classroom. Don't forget, if you have any question, shoot me an email. Alrighty? Have a great day, guys.